I get it, you scroll through a sea of glossy photos, read the hype about studio-quality cardio at home, and then you finally click Add to Cart, only to find the machine feels clunky, noisy, and way too small for a real workout. That disappointment is what makes me pause before I even start a review, because the last thing anyone wants is another piece of equipment that looks perfect online but ends up gathering dust in the corner. Link is in the description if you want to check the product details on Amazon. When it comes to home ellipticals, the real deal comes down to 3 practical things: how smooth the stride feels, how much space the unit actually takes up, and whether the tech integration actually adds value or just feels like a gimmick. Most people buying an elliptical are either trying to replace a gym cardio session, looking for a low-impact option while recovering from an injury, or simply want a way to burn calories while watching a show. Those needs shape what you should be looking for, and they also explain why a lot of the big brand machines end up being overkill for a small apartment or underwhelming for a serious athlete. The Life Fitness E1 elliptical cross-trainer tries to hit that sweet spot with a few standout ideas. First, it uses Whisper Stride technology ball bearings that are maintenance-free and designed to cut friction. In plain English, that means the belt glides quietly and you don't have to keep greasing or tightening anything. I've heard from a few gymgoers who swapped a chain-driven model for this one that the difference in noise level is noticeable even when you're doing a sprint interval. The E1 stays almost whisper quiet, which is a real blessing if you share walls with a bedroom or a home office. The stride length is listed at 20 inches with oversized, non-grip pedals. For most folks in the 5'4" 6'2" range, that length feels natural. Your feet land under you without forcing a cramped motion, and the larger pedals give you a bit more room to shift weight if you're doing a longer session. If you're taller than about 6'4", you might start to feel the stride tighten a little, especially when you try to push a higher resistance. The non-grip surface is another trade-off. It feels sleek and easy to slide off when you finish, but if you tend to sweat heavily, you might want to keep a pair of socks on or add a small mat under the pedals to avoid any slip feeling mid-workout. Where the E1 really tries to differentiate itself is the Track Connect 2.0 console. It's a 2-zone design. The entertainment zone sits at eye level, so you can prop a tablet, phone, or even a small laptop right where you can see it without craning your neck. The other zone houses the main workout controls and a built-in display that syncs with the LFconnect app via Bluetooth. The app compatibility means you can pull in data from popular fitness trackers, and you get access to 16 preset workouts ranging from interval cardio to hill climbs. In my own testing, I set up a 30-minute HIIT session on the app, and the console automatically adjusted the resistance as the program called for it. No need to fumble with buttons mid-sprint. That hands-free transition is a genuine time saver if you're trying to keep your heart rate in a target zone while binge-watching a series. Now, let's talk about the practical side of setting it up. The box comes with a fairly straightforward instruction manual and the needed hardware, and most users report that you can have the frame assembled in about an hour with just a basic set of tools. The console docks onto the frame with a simple latch, and the Bluetooth pairing process takes a couple of taps. The only hiccup I've seen mentioned in the limited pool of reviews is that the foot pedals can be a bit heavy to snap into place the first time, but that's a one-off effort. Once it's together, the footprint is roughly the size of a standard treadmill, so you'll need a dedicated spot, ideally a room where you have a power outlet within a few feet and a